Hi everyone. Flask is a powerful and flexible micro web framework for Python. It is ideal for both small and large web projects. Flask provides a straightforward way to get a web application up and running with all the features that you need to get started. In this tutorial, you will learn how to set up a Flask project, how to create a Hello World Flask app, and how to add multiple pages with blueprints. So let's get started. I have Visual Studio instance open on my machine. I have created a new folder for this demo app, Flask Demo. So here, the first step to create a virtual environment for this project so that we can install Flask package. Just open your terminal and type one command python mvenv. It will create a virtual environment for this project. Now we have to change the directory cd env and then we have to activate this virtual environment. So after you have created and activated your virtual environment, it's time to install Flask with pip install Flask. Once the installation is complete, we have to verify whether Flask is working or not. I have one command handy to just ensure that Flask will work. Okay, it will print the version of Flask. We have got the version of Flask that is 3.1.1. We have used Python command line interface with option C, which execute Python code. Now that we have programming environment set up, we will spin up a development server and display Hello Flask message from our app. And then we will expand our project structure to prepare a scalable Flask web application. So we are going to create a one file that is app.py. So first we have imported the Flask package. Okay. And then we have created a Flask instance with our app name. So that is a special variable for us that holds the name of the current Python module. You need this because Flask set up some path behind the scene. Once you create the app instance, you use it to handle incoming web request and send response to the user. Now we are gonna use a app decorator. Actually, that turns a regular Python function into a Flask view function. Here we will return a simple message, hello Flask. So here we are passing this slash to the app route to signify that this function will respond to the web request for the URL slash. We will also check that if the module is main for the program, that we are going to start a server with a local host. It will run with port 8000. Okay, I have saved the program. Just run this file python app.py. Here you can see that the server has been started with this 8000 port. Run this URL, you will get the message which we set on the home URL. Okay, so congratulations, your web server is running and you can stop the development server by just pressing Ctrl plus C. Okay, it will stop your web server. If you want to debug your Flask web application, you have to create a file that is launch.json. Okay, just click on run and debug. You will see a option to customize run and debug with some launch.json file settings. You click on this link. You will get a new launch.json file in your Python project. You can change a setting a bit like this. We are saying that we have module Flask, we have environment Flask app, we have app.py, we have Flask debug 1. These are the settings that you have to make on your project. You just save the file and now you will be able to see a option that Python debugger Flask. Okay, you can add your breakpoint and click on this button. It is asking for selecting the interpreter and click on this file again to active your debugger window. So you can see that we have another URL which will run for the debugger window. If you run your application with 5000, you will be able to see the debugger at your breakpoint, right? We have added a one breakpoint over here, and it is now saying that you can debug your Flask application. Okay, I've just pressed F10, that is showing the message. Okay, you can stop your debugger anytime by clicking on this stop button. Let's say I have a new breakpoint that calls a addition of two number, right? App route, we have slash addition endpoint. Okay, we want to get the addition of these two number in the response body. Okay, I'm gonna debug this endpoint. So you can start your debugger again from this link. So Flask application is running now with this port, and you just type addition. So you will be able to see a cursor on your breakpoint, right? You can now examine your variables. A equals to 30 and content would be this that we have just set. Addition of 10 plus 20 is 30. So that message is going to return from this HTTP request. I have just pressed F10 and the output will be shown to the browser. We can stop the debugger from here. Let's run the application one more time without debugging, right? Okay. Python app.py. We have a different port over here with running our application without debugging, right? You will get the same message. Let's transform our application into package. Packages are useful for structuring Python code into logical groupings because your web project can grow large. We'll create first new folder, that is a cart. You can say that is a shopping cart. We will move app.py inside this folder, and we are going to rename app.py to init.py. Okay, and we are going to run the app with different command. Okay, Python flask app is cart and run this application on port 8000. I'm gonna remove this condition. I'm gonna save the program and fire this command. So you can see that we have this URL running where we can serve our requests. Okay, if you hit the home URL, then you will get hello Flask. Our app is still running as a package. You can also use application factory in Flask. It is a design pattern which is highly beneficial for scaling Flask project. Instead of having your application code at the root level of your init.py, you will work with a function that returns your application. Okay, I'm gonna change this file a bit. We are creating a function, factory function. Inside this, we are creating the app instance. Okay, so with this application factory, your project structure becomes more organized. It encourages you to separate different parts of your application like root, configurations, and initialization into different files later on. Now we are gonna see blueprints, right? How we can create our application pages, how we can call them. As your Flask project grows, you have lots of view function and other related bits of code that work together. Instead of adding all these directly to a base app.file, you can create blueprints that you register in your application factory. Okay, I'm gonna create a file that is pages.py. I have some code handy to save more time. So after importing Blueprint, you can create an instance of it named BP. The first argument pages is the name of your blueprint. Okay, you will use the name to identify this particular blueprint in your Flask project. The second argument is the blueprint's name. Okay, you will use this later when you import pages into any.py. Okay, we have defined two routes. One is for home view and other as about view. Okay, each of them returns a string to indicate on which page you are on. Before you can visit the pages, you need to connect the pages blueprint with your Flask project. Okay, we have to make a small changes into our init.py file. I'm gonna remove this code and then we will say from cart import pages, right? Because we have application named cart, and inside this factory function, I'm gonna register blueprint with my pages.bp instance. I'm gonna register on this app. I'm gonna save all these files. So once you have imported and registered the pages blueprint in your application factory, you can visit the routes that you define in your pages. Let me browse my URL, that is home. We have to stop the application and rerun it. Okay, let me browse the home URL. You will be able to see that we have home view. This is working as view. If I type about, you will see the about view. And these both endpoints are getting hit with help of blueprints. This page is blueprint. If you want to make another one, support, so it will return you the specific view from your blueprints. Okay, I have saved the file. Let me say support. We have to rerun the application. We have some issue because we have taken the same name. It should be a different function name, right? You can take any function name, but this function name should be different, right? Now you just save the file and then the application again. Okay, now application is running. If you type in support, you will be able to see support view. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned how to create a Flask application quickly, how to debug the Flask application, how to create blueprints and pages. So hit a like button and give me the comment down below of this video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.